Fuck it, we'll do it live. We'll do it live. I think we're here. Let me see. Let me see if this is live on our Facebook and our YouTubes.
It's most definitely there.
Oh yeah, dude. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, and I just kind of want to share. I just want to share the Dre Day podcast to my page because we're live there. Are we there? It doesn't say we're live there. That's okay. I won't be that upset if it doesn't work there.
You know how people.
What are you doing, sir?
You know people do.
What are you doing, sir? What is that?
At the beginning of this.
What are we promoting then? What are we promoting?
Like, what would it be called when you like want to rip on something? Would it be demotion? Because you're not promoting, you're demoting.
Something brand, like, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure.
Well, when you promote a brand, what would be the opposite of promoting a brand?
Well, not demote, because that's like, because this isn't the army.
All right. Well, what
I'm not sure. Just like, it's not even slander. Like, to criticize, to critique, to review. I don't know what you're going with.
I guess would be a word. You know, okay, so I bought these Monster headphones. Bullshit.
Okay.
Garbage.
Yep.
Said that they were like,
Garbage.
16-hour battery life, all this crazy other shit. Paid like $200 for them, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. I overspent like a good $100 and something.
You spent how much?
$200 on these headphones.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, and then I, like, in my opinion, overspent $100 and stuff like that. And like the reviews and stuff were good and everything like that on pages where I bought them from. But like, brand name is everything. And like, I went after a brand name. I went and listened to a bunch of other headphone brands that are just like offshore Chinese garbage, put together cheap shit. Sound either identical or, if not better, than these crazy ass headphones from America or wherever, made in China. Probably the same sweatshop or beside the ones that are making these other ones too. So, what I want to finish off on you here is that they're supposed to be waterproof or whatever, right? Now, this is what it looks like, right? As I was using this one here, the fucking sticker fell off. Okay, it's
no.
a sticker. It's not
See where
even
this is
part
going.
of it. So I paid I don't know how much fucking money for something that's fake. Doesn't even stand up to what they said it does. It's made by some, I can't say shitty ass kid because he's not some shitty ass kid. Made in some shitty ass sweatshop by a child who doesn't have any other choice.
Are you critiquing the craftsmanship of a young Polynesian child?
No, I'm critiquing the crafts. I'm critiquing the fucking the materials that they had that they used to put into this thing, and then they had the audacity to charge me $200
The audacity
for these things. And apparently, anytime I ever use them and talk to people, it sounds like I'm on speakerphone. They can hear everything that's going on in the room.
Are those the ones that you talk to me with?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, then I can hear everything.
They're shit, and like they're not even good. Like they're why? Monster, I'm sorry, guys. You grind
no
my
scissors.
gears. All right, man. I've been all day long getting my music on the go, starting up my YouTube channel again.
What is your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel, the username. Oh, what was it again? Exactly.
I'm gonna link it in the chat.
It's YouTube channel. You can find it under Stephen Paller, literally STEPHANPALLER. Made it super easy for people
Yeah,
to find.
I'm linking it in the chat, my brother.
Nice. So starting to get music going back on there. My SoundCloud's the same thing. You can find it Stephen Paller or Mr. Bag or DJ MFF. Either one of those three. I made it a couple easier ways for people to find it, but those as well. Linking up music on there, putting up things from the past and the future that are coming up here soon. So yeah, look into that. And,
Yeah, I saw that.
we're gonna get you
I
on
saw
a
your
couple of those tracks.
Oh, I know that would be a lot of fun. I saw that post you put out there today, and I was listening to it, and I was like, "This is old." I was like, "This is great." I like your little like photo homage you tried to do there. Like you're just trying to do stuff, and I have a feeling like that's gonna happen a lot. Like I feel like, geez, God, man, I've gotten so fat since I've been sitting at home, and just see it in my face. It's so bad. God, I gotta go for a run or something. Oh, and just I can immediately see it because I've looked at myself in the camera enough. That there's going to be a lot of people doing kind of what we're doing right now, and I just kind of hope that like if we, I feel like what's going to happen, especially moving forward, because a lot of family businesses are going to end up shutting down. There's going to be a lot of people without the old regular jobs because there's not so many of them around. So a lot of people are going to be trying to move into the digital era. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people trying to get into VR gaming or into gaming on the and live streaming it. There's going to be a lot of people trying to start podcasts and start stuff like this and just get their conversations out and get their idea of where the new market is going to be. And I mean, even us, we were only a little like one step ahead of the curve. Like we should have been doing this years ago, right? Back when we were 16 and we were smoking in Brand's basement and we were talking about making YouTube videos because we thought we were hilarious. Like we should have been doing it then. Maybe that wasn't it. Maybe that wouldn't have been a good idea just because of who we were at that time. But
a lot of the stuff we said would have gotten us in a lot of trouble, my dude. I know people had the fucking what is it? Oh fuck, I'm forgetting the names from Russia.
What?
From the agency from Russia, secret agency from Russia. What are they called again?
KGB.
Yeah, there it is. The KGB would have definitely been knocking down our door, is what I was trying to say, but horribly couldn't remember the name.
Why would the KGB be knocking on our door in Canada?
Because we would have said something that bad that Russia would have come.
Something that bad that Russia's like, we need to go to them right now.
We need right now. Spies, go.
That would be hilarious. So, how are you doing in this coronavirus there, brother? How's things going over there? How's your sanity? How's hanging out with your kid? You know, like, are you spending a lot of time with I mean, you already spent a lot of time at home, but I mean, like, now it's all the time.
Yeah. Definitely having a good time with my kid, you know. Don't enjoy this whole media portraying what's going on outside my door is a little bit different than what's actually going on outside. But, you know, other than that, staying away from getting sick or anything like that, I mean, that's cool. Seeing the pollution die down in China was pretty interesting. You know, just watching current events going on around me. Getting scared for the future, though. That's a sure thing that's not going away and not letting me settle, right? I don't know about anybody else, but like for instance, you told me like the mayor of New York, I believe you said, was like, yeah, we're not going back. You know, we're not going back, and things are going to be
the governor. Oh dear God, am I right? Was it Governor Cuomo and Cuomo?
Yeah.
He's the governor. Sure. Thank you. I just didn't want to say senator when he was a governor. Yeah, he's the governor of New York, and he said that there is no going back to normal. There will be a new normal, now, people took that as just like, oh, there would be new minor implications that, maybe new the social distancing thing will be there. But I have a feeling that it's going to be a lot more than that. I have a feeling that, there's memes out there that are just like, once the government gets a hold of this power and enjoys it, gets used to it a little bit, like they're not going to let go of that. They're not going to lose it. So
Yeah, they're gonna want to hold on to a lot of that martial law
exactly.
that wasn't getting
And
instated
like,
and stuff like that, right?
well, even our mom, when we were talking to her today, and I'm
Yeah,
talking
I know,
about,
I know. She said
it bugged me
probably
because she's like,
or whatever.
we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. When we were talking about,
People like that, and they're that have the mentality like that is they're definitely not going to be at the front lines of that civil war. I'll tell you that much.
well, it's not even at the front lines. It's just that they're going to be the first people that are just going to, like, it's that mentality that makes me feel like you're just going to roll over and die and just accept the fate that comes to you. Like, I don't, I, it's so hard for me. I already feel like an ant enough as it is. Like, you know, push me a little bit farther. I don't,
I
I,
know,
I
right?
don't, yeah,
I
like I
might
don't,
those gun right freaking holding on to every last bullet of my own and like I don't really want to be that person, but like if
no, it
that's the
makes you
only
feel
thing that
like you
keeps
want to
my
be that person.
last rights, right?
After everything that has happened, it does. It makes me feel like I want to be that person. It makes me feel like I want to
Go
protect
get
my
arsenal,
family, and I want to be,
protect my
yeah.
family. Yeah, exactly. Because like at some point people are gonna like they're gonna lose their shit and then they're gonna start like wanting to raid or like steal or like and that's gonna happen.
Hmm.
And I'm not gonna sit there and just watch it.
Yeah,
I right?
I don't have any like doomsday ideals of like taking on the government with my guns. You know what I mean? I get that that's an unrealistic expectation, but I do believe that there will be a long period where the government, the powers that be, are just going to let the people take themselves out. There's going to be a long period where it's going to be breadlines, where it's going to be, gulags and concentration camp style areas. And so the longer I can keep my family out of that in the future, the better off I feel I am, right? Even if that includes like living off the land, hunting, um, having an in the hills community that's off the grid. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to go all, I don't know, Bear Grills or anything, but I
Yeah,
definitely will. I definitely am going to look at the world differently. And I think everybody is. I think the world collectively is going to move for like 2020 is going to mark a different world, kind of like 9/11 did. The way that the world was before 2001 and after 2001 um, was so astronomically different from each other. They're almost like, you could almost say, two different timelines that merged into one. Where a polar shift in complete societal understanding of what's okay, what's safe, and what can happen to you, and how quick it can all go, and a lot of the safety measures that were put in place, a lot of like um, flight laws that were put into place, a lot of your privacy was taken away. I think the Patriot Act is what was it was called, that got passed, that allowed people to start spying on you because of terrorism within the country, things like that. That's in the U.S. though. I know that's not Canada, but it is all relative. And I think that this coronavirus, on a widespread scale, is going to cause a lot more people to be more skittish of each other. We're going to be a lot more aware of what each other is doing, and where were you, who were you talking to, who did you come in contact with, why were you there, how long were you there for, did you breathe,
yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. But
what
there's
did you
there
smoke, who are you with?
I don't know, you're cutting out pretty hard, man. If he comes back. So what else I think is the problem with that is that they want to put like the chip in your arm and consider having information from, your history, they'd have like your work history, they'd have like uh, your like medical history. They'd have like, so they'd be able to see, if you've had any diseases, or like, how many times you've been sick, what your health conditions actually like. So that also determines whether or not you're in the position to have a really good job, or do they want to accept you for this program. Like they have a way to know exactly what you've been through and gone through, and where you've been and how you've been there. However, those chips are not going to be something that they are going to get away with putting in right away. I'm sure that's going to be something that people fight for a long time to make sure that it's also like a civil thing, because people aren't going to want to let a microchip or whatever be in their arm. And how's to say that they'd be able to have that microchip not have any weird power or anything like that? Oh, he's
Oh my
fine.
goodness, are you still there? That is so
Oh yeah.
wonderful. I'm
So
so glad you
what I
stayed
was
there.
just finishing off, what I was just finishing off from saying was how they want to change over to putting the microchips inside of people's arms, and where they're gonna, how they're gonna have like history of like your medical, your work history. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't know. I don't know the word. I didn't look into the specifics of it at all. But yeah, I've just seen something about Bill Gates and whatever in China working on this stuff and trying to, I was trying to decipher what the hell that was exactly going against and what they were trying to do. And in my opinion, Bill Gates has got a ton of money to just throw at whatever he wants to do. If he wants to get in on this, obviously ground level would be the right place to do. He's pretty smart in his marketing and everything like that. And if they're going to use a chip to go inside of a body, I'm pretty sure they'd go to the leading technology provider, which would be Intel, and that's owned by Microsoft. So um, I'm sure that once they pull in enough resources and stuff like that, and funding from the government, and get the government on board, I don't see why not. They would totally use them. Like they've used them for military equipment. They use them for pretty much every tech that goes through the, for the policing, for um, just civil use, for everything. Like lots, tons of equipment's done through them, and I don't see why not. Why they wouldn't use them to make a chip for your arm that would hold everything as well. This guy's not back yet. I'm gonna give him another minute. And if not, then we're gonna cut it at 20. So what we did and talked about today was just a little bit of quarantine stuff that's been going on. Kind of sucks living at home like this and not being able to go places. It's funny how they tell you you should be social distancing, stay away from places, but you can walk around any, big box store,
It's
grab whatever you need to grab.
frustrating.
My man,
I'm very frustrated. We can I don't think that this Wi-Fi stick I have likes.
is strong enough.
I don't think it's strong enough. I think after a while it gets a little bit. I think it's cutting out. Like
Bogged
that's what's.
down. Just yeah, it does, because your voice starts to cut out slowly too, and I can see it slowly cut out.
That's unfortunate. Well, I'll have to fix that before. Like again, I need to have this thing like connected to the internet strong. I can't just have it do this. This is not going to work this way.
Move yourself back to the living or kitchen.
That would make sense, but then I'm much more, I mean, in the way of my family. Like, my kids are out there doing things. Kelsey's usually out
Not
in the
right
living room,
now.
which is so, not right now, but then, Kelsey's would be out there right now trying to watch a movie or play a game or something. And so
All
it'd be
right,
very
man.
difficult. I mean, right now it's still working. So, I mean, we'll go until it cuts out again. But if I cut out again, then, I mean, I don't know, I'll just cut it, which is kind of unfortunate. But, I mean, are you going to fall asleep? What were you talking about while I was gone? What were you saying?
I was honestly, I said I was gonna give it one more minute and then cut it if you didn't come back, but
That was hilarious.
you're here.
Then I came back. Now I'm here. So we were talking about the coronavirus. RFID chips is what you were talking about. You were talking.
Yeah, I just kind of finished up on it and just said I don't see why they wouldn't use Microsoft when they've used them for military equipment and everything already.
Yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility or realistic expectations to move forward. Um, Humanity moving forward, being able to track your every movement through a biometric scanner, like having a GPS chip implanted into you just because of like the safety of others. I mean, it sounds like it's a nice thing to do, but that essentially
They've already got cell
gives,
phones, but you can leave the cell phone at home, right?
yeah, exactly. And that's like, it's like, they leave their phones at home. We can't track them all the time. Like
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people say, that like the cell phone is, and the tracking of it and you knowing about it is kind of getting you comfortable with the idea of being tracked all the time. I kind of get where that mentality comes from sometimes. Like, I always enjoyed conspiracy theories, and I was always like, oh, they're kind of fun to think about. What if this one's real, and what if this one seems kind of implausible, and this one contradicts this one, and blah blah blah. And now we're starting to like just live in a consistent conspiracy theory. We're living in a consistent state of like being lied to and manipulated and twisted and tormented and tortured, and to believe whatever the state wants us to believe. Like, the hysteria around the coronavirus reminds me of the hysteria around this, like even just the trans movement. Just, there is a biological boy and girl, right? And some scientists come along, or see, not even some scientists, but it started off in some university students and some liberal professors say that no, it's actually on a spectrum now, and it's non-binary, and there's all these things in between, and you need to respect pronouns and stuff. And so many people just went, okay, cool, sure, yeah, no problem. What's next? Like, what's going on next? And so it's a struggle for me when I've been in the battle with people, like trying to be like, the biological reality matters, and like the scientific community is lying to you, the government is lying to you, like the pharmaceutical industry is lying to you. They want you to believe these certain things so that you can be a cash pig and all this stuff. And then the coronavirus comes around, and then all of these same people that are arguing with me in the trans movement, that are trying to instill biological reality in our youth, all of them are like, oh, we gotta listen to the government, man. The government knows, man. They've been telling us to stay home. Everyone's telling us to stay home. The virus is going to kill us all. You've got to stay home and self quarantine and stay away from each other. And if you see anybody outside, call the police and tell them, and they'll come and deal with it. And if you see anybody else, like, doing friendly, so you see large gatherings, call the cops. We can't have people gathering. We can't have people associating each other. Stay away from each other. Don't hang out with each other. Don't personalize with each other. Like, I don't understand why. I mean, I get that. I'm not saying that there isn't a virus. I'm not saying that this is like some made up thing, but it's just very striking to me that like a lot of these people that were so willing to fight the government are now like, oh, they know best. We should listen to them and all stay home and not do anything. And this is all exactly as they say. But the same people are the people that told us not to buy masks because they don't really work, to save them for, to just leave them for the healthcare individuals and the healthcare professionals. And now we find out that actually those masks are very effective and very helpful. And so I wonder how many plebs, how many normal people are going to die now because for a while they were like, oh, the masks don't really do anything, I'm not going to buy them. I mean, maybe it stopped people from stockpiling them and stuff, which is I kind of agree with, because people shouldn't be stockpiling medical. That's tough to say, because should you or shouldn't you stockpile to save your life? It's tough, especially if you have respiratory issues. But like,
Stockpile enough, but if you're not going to use 5,000 of them, right?
well, exactly, there was that Orthodox Jewish man, that they, well, I guess this is an old story, but it resurfaced because it was relative, but he was stockpiling a bunch of like N95 masks and a bunch of medical supplies, and was saying it was like for the medical community, but he was like clearly stockpiling it for himself or something. But it's just like there are people out there. There are people out there is what I'm trying to say, that do weird stuff like that. And it is frustrating to watch, and trying to quarrel with the moral idea of like, should he be allowed to stockpile that stuff even though it's necessary, but at the same time, like, is that his right? Right? Like, is it his right to stockpile that stuff, and should you be allowed to take it? Because then it's like, is that, are you getting into like straight up communism at that point? Like, I see that you have that shit, but now it's ours because we need it at this moment. It's tough. That's a tough thing to say. It's still a shitty move, but it's tough to say. Like, so I was kind of saying, like, before I crashed, that I see like a lot of people are going to be moving towards the digital age and stuff. A lot of people are going to be moving online. Like, how do you how do you see yourself moving there? And how do you feel like, do you see you having an easy integration into that? Are you enjoying it? Do you enjoy the idea of being like a YouTuber, somebody who makes money online compared to having a normal job? Like, do you think that's still something that you'll get an achievement out
yeah,
of?
sure, it's fun and all, and like, yeah, sure, I do enjoy it because it's what I enjoy to do, but I'm still gonna want to build shit out of wood. I'm still gonna want to go and like use a saw and like drill some shit, because a drill to me is pretty much like a gun that doesn't shoot.
You get the same rush as
I
what you're
find
trying to
it
say out of like
fun. Yeah,
using
like
a
I get
saw.
to like, like I could kill somebody with a saw, but I just want to cut this piece of wood.
Well, that's nice. At least you're not trying to murder people.
Right, right.
No, I kind of get what you're saying. Like, you're still gonna have your hobbies and still follow through with them, even if you start making some money on YouTube. I'm not trying to say that, but it's like,
Yeah, right. Like
I just
even if I became all crazy famous, even if like you did, I'm sure you'd do the same thing. I'm sure you'd still like,
I have the very real
I don't know,
problem. I
go
have
lay
the very
concrete down.
maybe I don't know. See, like, I probably would get bored. I probably would need to go do something. I would find something to go, like, especially even now. Like, I want to go do something. I just not allowed. I'm not allowed to go do anything. So I just have been sitting home and
I don't know why you're not allowed to. I'm allowed to go do whatever I want.
shut up. I know. It's not even your it's not my relationship telling me I'm not allowed to leave. It's the world, it's society, it's
Yeah,
I'm only allowed
it
to go
is,
for these things.
but
Like, I can't
you
go,
still
I can't go to the movies, I can't go to the gym, I
yeah,
can't
you
even go to the beach. Yeah, you can
can
just go
definitely go to the movies.
to the beach. Yeah, I know you can go to the beach, but like, you're not supposed to.
No, they say you're allowed to. Just stay away from other people.
No, you're not allowed to go any public places, Stefan. You're not allowed to go anywhere that's not essential. Like, the beaches are closed, you're not supposed to be there. If a cop was there, he'd tell you to leave.
Really?
He'd probably tell you to kick rocks, kid. Get the
And lay
flipping out of
down.
here.
And I'm, oh, dude. Okay. All right. Here's a current event.
Story time.
I have a friend of mine named.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me rephrase that. I have an acquaintance. I know.
I know someone.
His name is Josh Snowden.
Mm-hmm.
I made a post today. I think you liked it. I don't know who this guy is. I could go look it up on Facebook, but I don't know if it's going to close this video or not, so I can't really go. This guy had been sitting at his house somewhere in Chilliwack here, and from his window in his living room, he looked outside, and at first he's like playing country music along to it. And Josh and
Oh my goodness!
like some little Asian guy, like
I
his
think
like girlfriend or whatever.
Alex Lenko
I don't know.
because my buddy posted it too, and they made the guy listen to "Jesus Is My Homeboy."
No. They didn't make anyone listen to anything.
Okay, we're talking about two different things, man.
Yeah. Okay, so he like Josh was standing in the street and like hands out like I don't want to fight or whatever, but like I'll mess you up or something like that, right? And like this little Asian boy or whatever. Now Josh is like he's like 23 or 24 years
Oh,
old.
this is that fight in the middle of the road. Okay, yeah, I did watch that video. That was really weird.
That Asian kid looks young, right? Like Josh he's not like I don't want to say he's slow, but he's a snail, you know.
Hold on, Stefan. I'm gonna see if I can get to it, and I can share it in the video on the screen.
So he's a snail. Like he's not slow. Like you can talk to him and have a conversation with the guy, but he moves like the sloth. Like he's a sloth. Like he's just the way he is. He's just like if he got into a fight, like I'm sure like is exactly what happened in the video is what I thought would happen. And when you watch it, like you're gonna you laugh because you're like, why? What is going on here? Neither of these two can fight. I'll be honest. That other boy, that other Asian kid or whatever, he's not a fighter either. But he got pissed off. He got really angry. You can see it, man. That is like one for the like the record books right there for a video.
Okay, here we go. Oh no, don't do that.
That's it.
Okay, hold on.
Are you putting it in here?
I gotta add it. Hold on, let me see. Share the entire screen. Let's start over. Can you see it? Can you see the screen?
Round 1. Yeah, it's there.
Okay, cool. All right.
Now this shit got real funny.
Don't worry, it's just getting bigger.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Come on, let's be friends, man. Let's be friends. All right. Let's
be cool. Drop something, right?
I like the chick that like comes there on the side and she's not there at the rest of it. Okay, no, what I'm honestly, you said something and I'm not happy about it still, bro. I'm not, bro. You leave me alone.
No, I swear that's a different kid almost.
No, it is the same kid. They're still fighting. It's round 2.
They're still fighting. Yeah, he ends up like the kid, the Asian kid or whatever. He ends up dropping something out of his bag. I was trying to figure out what it was. It looks like a bottle or something, but
you think it's a bottle? See, I thought it was like a like either a canister, like a container or something, or like honestly, like at first I thought it was like a speaker.
Okay, it could very well
like
be
a Dre Beat speaker or something. You know what I mean? Because a lot of kids walk around with speakers in their backpack lately. But right now, watching it in full screen right now, it looks like it's like just a canister, like it's a box. Like look, it has like a bag in it and stuff.
Yeah.
Look at these kids. They can't fight very well, but they are going really hard, and it is very obvious.
Yeah, they are. Like they're definitely getting gassed.
Yeah, the kid in black though is definitely a better fighter.
Did you see what happens at the very end though? Did you see what happens at the very end? I won't say
what the cop. Oh my god! Yeah, no, I did see that. Yeah, we'll watch all the way because it's hilarious.
But the problem.
Just wait! Don't ruin it.
Okay. All right.
He's what? He's. That's
He's
cool now.
he's not all there. Like he's running away. I'll just you'll see. He's not. You shouldn't. Yeah.
Well, you never. It doesn't matter. Cops don't care like how all there you are. Like they're gonna get you.
Yeah, they just got him really hard.
I feel like
Friendship.
he's drunk. I don't feel like he's slow. I feel like he's drunk.
He's not drunk.
Are you sure?
You know
Like
what?
look at him right now. Look at him right now. The way he's standing there.
That's just the way he is. That's just the way he is. I told you he's like a sloth.
Oh,
He's
is
moving
he?
like a sloth right now because he just is the sloth. And then he gets out and he runs away and he's not even running because he can't
That's
even
why you
run.
call him a sloth.
This is
I don't look
probably
at him.
him being a track star. This is probably every little bit ounce of adrenaline hitting him. Like he's probably like, I'm going so fast right now. They'll never catch me, right? Like wait for it. Wait for it. Look how fast he's going. He's going so slow.
He's going for a brisk jog, and the cop is like,
he's a brisk jog, and the cop's like, "What am I supposed to do here?" Knocks him over, has him headlock, and then this right here is the hard part.
Look at him.
And he's like, "No, fuck you!" Boom, 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 and then he's
ruthless.
Just like, dude, like, come on, like he's not fighting you. He doesn't have the means to fight you. Did you see that muscle tone?
It was not good. Oh, those poor little.
None of this is good.
And then I love the fourth cop gets in there. I love the fourth cop comes in here. Wait for him. And he's like, "Oh, what's going on here?
Hey guys, what's going on? Can I help out?"
Okay, no, you got it.
I'll grab the shoe. And so he tosses the shoe because he's so pissed off. Watch the shit. He's like, "You could have just listened, man. Now I'm not giving you your fucking shoe back." He's like, "I don't want my fucking shoe." Whatever, buddy. Just shit.
Does he toss it?
Right here. Yeah.
Wow,
you don't fucking need your shoe.
Stupid shoe. Wow.
Yeah, buddy. Oh man, I don't know what it was, buddy, but like that was funny.
I need a back screen for this now, like a background, but I think I need to purchase it and it'll give me like that. Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be in the future. See, man, when was the last fight I was in? I mean, maybe my
like
boxing
real fight?
Yeah, my boxing match, which I won, by the way, first round. Just letting everybody know. But
I didn't know what he was even doing though. You told me.
Dude, that guy was scared right away. And the thing is he was bigger than me, but he just was not. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready at all. He was not ready for that.
It'd be interesting to see you up against somebody who's ready.
Yes, I actually think it would be a little like at least somebody who
Why don't you fight Mitch like Terrence did?
Because Mitch is really trained. Mitch really knows how to fight. Like he doesn't even
but he's not going to hurt you.
No, he's not going to hurt me. He's still going to beat the shit out of me. I want somebody that I could actually win against, and not just somebody I can beat. And
I get what you're saying. Like I know Mitch is really trained.
Like it's like I earned that win. Like if I beat Mitch, it's going to be you let me win, right? And
he wouldn't let you win. He'd honestly tell you
what I'm saying.
If like.
That's what I'm like. They're at Mitch is if he hears that, he's gonna laugh. He's like, "Let you win," but really though, it's not gonna be that way. It's just gonna be me training. So I may as well just train against Mitch. I'm not gonna actually fight him. Like if I was gonna fight somebody, I would probably fight like Terrence or somebody else like that.
Got some good haymakers, my man.
Yeah, he's a big boy, and like we could probably have a good fight because like I'm not trained in fighting, and he's not really trained either. But like he's definitely got more power than I do, but I have more speed than he does. So there would be like, there'd be a good match there. He'd probably get gassed before I would, though.
It'd be interesting to see me train a little bit and then go against one of you guys.
You know what? This is I don't even need this. I can just sit like this. I always forget that.
Sit there and have me train just like a little bit, little bit, and then go against you or Terrence.
I feel like you could fight like. Well, I guess none of the other guys really fight though. Like Noah doesn't really fight.
I mean, like, are you gonna like really be like try to find somebody in the group and be like this person?
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to think of like
The other
friends.
rapper we had in the group was what's his name?
You
And
could
he
fight.
was
You could fight Braden. I bet you
Braden.
Braden would be a good little scrapper for you.
Oh, like my friend Braden.
Yeah, like from the house, Braden.
Braden's been in a lot of fights.
Braden McDonald. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
he can scrap hard, my man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
So fight him.
he's also like probably got 5 guys in the bush beside him that I don't really want to fucking deal with. So
No, what that we're not talking about dirty fight. Pocket sand.
yeah, no, there's no pocket sand, pocket lint. There's no possible way that guy would ever show up to a fight without 3 people sitting off the side watching.
Yeah, watching for fun. This
No,
autofocus
like
is
outside
bugging.
watching, waiting.
You can keep going. It's just bugging me. It just keeps doing it.
Yeah, because he keeps trying to autofocus.
I know. I gotta turn it off. What? What are you doing?
I don't know. Sitting here, dude. What are you doing?
You just got quiet.
Just waiting for you to say something. I thought you were gonna say something.
We just completely stopped talking about your fight. Who are you gonna fight then? You gotta fight Braden.
Okay, well, no. The thing is, Braden would like. Okay, first of all, Braden would have like a gun sitting in like a rock.
This is just
like,
a fist
foot,
fight.
And then he'd have like a knife in his pocket, and then he'd have like a dog
And
come out of nowhere. I don't even know where the dog came from. We were in a locked room that didn't have windows or a door, but the dog showed up. Yeah, no, Braden's just a wild card. Like he's somebody I wouldn't want to fight because I don't know exactly what he would do. Like I could probably fight him pretty hard. Like I don't want to say I'd win, but I'd be a really hard task for him to get down. But I don't want to do it. Somebody that I like, I would do it. I'd end up doing it though. But somebody I'd like to fight somebody I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that was my fight too. I didn't know the guy at all, so it made the fight pretty easy in that way. But like honestly, like the lead up to it though was definitely pretty scary. It was pretty intense because I anticipated this like jail cell fighter who like beats on thick dick black dudes for fun, and
oh wow, he's beating dick.
the
that
worst.
Came out
wrong. Well, maybe it did. Who knows? That's up to personal choice. But my point is I had these like horrible ideas of this guy being this like insane fighter, and as soon as I saw him, like he's this he's a big boy. Like he's not jacked, but he's just a bigger person. Like he's bigger than me. I think he was taller than me too. But as soon as we got in the ring, it was very obvious which one of us was ready to fight, and it was me because he was like so skittish. Like he was just like, "Oh, what are we gonna do?" And I popped him a couple of times.
He wasn't.
And right away he was like, "I'm done." Like he was over. So, it wasn't like an insane fight. I didn't have to work for it or anything. So, what are you doing?
So what you know what I'm doing. So what I would like from you.
What would you like from me?
Would be like the best game of rock paper scissors right now.
You want to do a rock paper scissors game with me?
Yes, sir.
Are you actually going to take a dab on my live stream?
No. What are you talking about?
You are unreal, dude.
I'm not doing anything on your live stream.
I mean, realistically, only like 5 people are going to see this one, so that's fine. And there's only going to be so many people that are going to see this, so I'm not going to be too upset. But like, yeah, maybe
nobody would have even known. Nobody would have had any idea because it would have disappeared, and I would have left the room, and nobody would have even noticed. Like, look, I'll do it the way I thought it would have worked. Okay, and we'll see if it works.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And scene.
Scene. Okay. What's that? What's that? Sorry, just 1 second here. Okay.
Oh, it looks like our companion has gone off screen here. I can only assume that he is having a horrible argument with his wife, and he is currently telling her that if she doesn't shut her mouth, he's going to do a double murder suicide, and with no notes. So we can only hope that that's not actually what's happening right now, and that things will be better when he's done. So,
Oh, hey, look, I'm back. I'm sorry that it took a second there.
Oh.
How are you?
so how are things with you and your partner there?
Great.
Great. No murder suicide going on.
No,
Sorry.
she just needed to know what we were talking about.
Gotcha.
So the like holding back the cough is the hard part.
Yeah, I hear you. I've wanted to dab so many times while I've been on stream, and it's just like, how do I do it? I can't. So I pretty much have to do it like.
other stuff, so you can't
See,
be all elaborate about it.
yeah, well, see, the problem is like I want to do it right before the stream usually, but then what happens is like I do it, and then I sit there and I'm like, ah, shit, got to do a
You
stream.
want to do it while you do the stream, right?
Yeah, exactly. I want to do it while I do the stream, and then like be in the middle of a thought and kind of let all of that flow out of me very nicely, and then it's like, and then so many
You
times like,
should
oh, sorry, I just
only be
interrupt.
inside of someone you marry. You should never be in the middle of a thought.
You should what?
You should only ever be inside someone you marry, never in the middle of a thought.
You're hilarious. This is the middle of a thought. Oh, man, that is great. That is actually pin line like comedian. That's funny. I'm very impressed. I'm very aroused.
Impressed. I'm not even mad. It's amazing.
I am not even mad. I wonder what Adam's doing. I wonder if Adam wants to come into our chat.
Hey man, I got 2 guests on Plex right now. I don't even know who they are. Who's using 2 guest accounts? I want to message them and be like, "Who are you? Message me." Because while you're watching shit, I can like put a message on your screen. All right, back to reality though.
Put a message at what? Like, yeah, you can post a comment right now on the screen.
No, I was talking about Plex.
Oh,
I have 2 people on a guest account right now, and I have no idea who's on guest still.
he's not home right now. That's why he didn't ask to join. I thought he would ask already.
Is that your boy Adam?
Yeah, my boy, my homie, our friend Adam.
Yeah, Adam's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I guess he's pretty cool. So we went through coronavirus. We went through. So how's your like? So tell me about like your plans for your DJing YouTube channel. Like, what are you gonna do with that? Are you gonna start
Okay,
rapping on that as well?
Yes, I am gonna have a bunch of rap going on the channel as well. It's gonna involve. Okay, so how I'm gonna work it though is because I'm well, this is more of a question I should give to you. How should I work it? Should I have a DJ channel and a rap channel, or should I split them?
Good question. You know what I
Because
would say?
my
You know what I would
channel-
say? I would say combine them for now so that everything's in one place until you actually start building a community that's interested in 2 separate things. Like you should definitely have eventually you should have 2 channels because they are 2 very different things. But for now, when you're only going to have like 7 people on that are interested in what you do and you're going to be putting things on, like you should have everything in one place for now instead of spreading out
Yeah.
your very small
I
community.
even have my live stream games in there right now. So, I mean, like, because I used to live stream gaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I did a lot of Far Cry 5 live stream.
I remember when you used to live stream a lot. We used to watch you sometimes. Like that was actually really like it was fun sometimes to just you're always there. You know what I mean? Like you're always accessible. And I think that might be what some of the maybe you could call it enjoyment is out of having like these live streamers is like anytime you're kind of feeling like lonely or something, you can be like, hey, what's they're doing? Oh, they're live right now. We can go see. Oh, they're what they do. Hey, what's up, buddy? What do you do? What's going on?
That's right.
Like
That's right.
like even this morning when I live streamed mass and I was watching Father Justin this morning, I felt really nice that like I for a second I was like, man, this is what he's doing at this exact moment. Like I'm connecting, I'm there with him while he's offering mass. Like it was kind of, so it's the same thing. Like when I watch something live, there's a bit more enjoyment out of it than watching it afterwards. Unless like afterwards, I just still want the information. But it is so much fun to like see. Like I like watching live streams and getting into the chat sometimes and interacting with people and saying jokes and stuff and like even like giving donations and stuff and interacting with the actual streamers. Like I've done that like a handful of times before, and there is something to be said about actually interacting with someone live rather than just watching a video.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like even like I used to watch Joe Rogan a lot, but I watched it way more when they were live because there was just I don't know what it was. Like I liked watching them more, and so like now that they're all pre-recorded, I don't enjoy them as much. And I think a lot of that also has to do with like once someone gets so big, like Joe Rogan, it feels like once it's recorded, they have the opportunity to edit things out that they don't like. They have the opportunity to just be like, oh, the recording equipment screwed up, and 2 minutes of the conversation are gone. You know what I mean? And so where did those 2 minutes go? What was said during those 2 minutes? What happened? Like, what controversial thing was brought up or quick joke that somebody didn't like over at YouTube headquarters? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that is what it is, but sometimes that is what it is.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you're saying.
So that's why I like recording things live, because then people get the very live, like the very real. There's everything that it was said was exactly the way it was presented. There's no ability for you to be like, oh no, they clipped it out of context. Like I can be like, no, watch the whole thing. Like watch me from beginning to end, and this is what I said, and this is what I meant. Right? Like there's no way that they can be like, oh, this is deceptive editing, unless whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that? How does that make you feel?
The thing is that I completely agree with you. There's probably a lot of people out there who started out the podcast or shows or whatever, or talks, whatever, and we're live and whatever, and kept everything. And now because of all the controversial things, like somebody said the word gay, or somebody said the word
racial slur,
anything else, racial slurs, anything else, like that would be
frowned upon,
hard to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
People would be like, let's cut that out right now, right? And then they the thing is, this is natural though. Like when they're talking, it's the natural talk, instead of having instead of walking on eggshells, worrying about what the person behind this fucking screen's gonna think about what you're saying, dude. And that's that's got to go away. I wish that can't personal opinion. Wish that Canada had freedom of speech, but we don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that. We have to abide by a law, and a law that is put down and says that we can't say certain things, and that's a huge list. And that list involves hate crimes, and those hate crime laws involve jail time. It's not just a
hate speech. I think you mean hate speech, right?
Hate speech. Sorry, thank you.
Just want to correct, because hate crimes are pretty real. We don't want to say we're cool with hate crimes.
I didn't want to say I don't care about a hate crime. Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right.
Yeah, I know. Like beating black guys because they're black is like, I mean, that's part of my freedom of that's my freedom of expression.
Yeah, never mind. It's just art.
It's art form.
Only way
I
you can
mean,
get by. Only way I can get around doing it.
it's the only way I feel normal.
It's the only way I feel normal. It's art. Okay. Honestly, though,
So expressive. Oh, by the way, if we do this long enough, we will have a third member in this chat.
I'm
Ralph might do
probably
it.
cut pretty soon.
We can cut it
Probably
right now, sir.
Probably going to be jumping into something here, right?
All right, that's fine. We can cut it right now. This was fun. I'm glad that we got this set up easy. Like this was very simple to do. I'm
So
happy.
Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, 8:30.
Mhm.
We do this,
Okay.
and then I move into live streaming for myself over there. We got to get you a camera as well.
Yeah, I'll have to get my own. I'll have to see if I can get one eventually. Hopefully, I can find one on sale when all this is over or something.
Andreas, that one that's above your screen was like 40-50 bucks.
Do you think I have 40, 50 bucks laying around, especially in virus time?
I'm not saying laying around, but I am
Unreal.
saying you could sell something to make it.
No, I hear you saying. No, I will. I'll get my own camera. I'll give you this one back, and I'll get a nicer one, a brander, newer one. I will. It'll
You
be really
probably
cool. It's really unfortunate, but yeah, I guess you know what. This was really nice to do. It was nice to be able to just chat with you and stuff, and record it. This will be a lot of fun moving forward, and I want us to not drop this, especially this. This is so easy to do.
Yeah, very easy. Very
You
easy.
know what I mean? So,
I'll get my
well,
set up in the night, sit there with a
anybody
microphone in my
that made it
hand.
all the way through and saw the secret the secret Easter egg at the 3/4 mark. I hope you enjoy that, and this has been a lot of fun. So, leave a comment down below, like or share, or subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. And thanks everyone for being here. You know where to catch.
Hit up the YouTube channels, Mr. Bag, Stefan Powler, the SoundClouds. It's DJ MFF, Mr. Bag. Hit them up.
Hit them up. Is that it? Do you got anything else going on? Are you gonna start? Do you live stream?
I'll have the live streams up here. I won't be doing them tonight. Andreas has got my camera, so I mean, like I could live stream audio, but that would be it.
We should live stream us playing video games right after this.
Let's do it.
I'll live stream myself playing on this channel.
Okay, I'll go to my YouTube channel and share it to my Facebook. Stefan.
Okay, well, all right. I guess everybody will see us live on there then.
All right.
All right. Okay, thanks everybody.
Guys.
Peace.
Have a good night.